Welcome back to Riel. My name's Claire and I live in Siem Reap, Cambodia with my husband Jeremy. In today's video, I'm going to be talking to you about Siem Reap's new airport. In case you don't know, Siem Reap is due to have a brand new international airport and it is slated to open in October this year, so only 3 and a little bit months away. Jeremy and I actually went out there to have a look and see what we could see of the development and how it's progressing so far. So in this video, we'll have a look at everything we know about this new airport, what the positives and negatives might be, and we'll also have a look at the difference in terms of capacity with the old airport versus the new one, and a number of other things as well. So let's get started. The first thing we should talk about is the names of these two airports. So the current airport is called Siem Reap International Airport, and the new one is going to be called Siem Reap-Angkor International Airport. Siem Reap International, the current airport's code is REP, and the code for the new airport is going to be SAI. Now that we've got that out of the way, we should look at where these two airports are located. If you've ever flown into Siem Reap before, you'll know that the current airport is only about 7 kilometres from the town centre. So it's very easy to arrive, get into a tuk-tuk or a pass app, and be in the town centre within about 10 minutes. It only costs $3 or $4, and it's really good if you're leaving Siem Reap to know that you don't have a really long commute out to the airport before your departure. The new airport is quite a bit further away from the town centre. So as the crow flies, I suppose it's about 50 kilometres, but if you take the existing roads, it's more like 62. So it's quite a long way. There is a brand new road being built that's going to go from the new airport in an arc shape down to Road 6. So it will actually intersect with Road 6 at about 20 kilometres east of Siem Reap town. So you're still going to have to do about 20 kilometres along the existing highway. I don't know if that stretch of highway is going to be upgraded to accommodate the increase in traffic, but at this stage there's no evidence of any work to upgrade it. When we went for our ride to see the new airport site, we went east as far as Dam Dak and then north to where it intersects with the new road from there. The road north from Dam Dak has been upgraded, and I guess that was the road that they were using initially to service the airport site. Unfortunately, the little town of Dam Dak is going to miss most of the benefits of having the airport so close, because most of the traffic is going to take that new road and it will bypass Dam Dak completely. We wondered about the people who work at the current Siem Reap airport. Will those same people be working at the new airport? And if so, how are they going to handle that massive increase in their daily commute? I think you'd probably have to relocate to somewhere closer to the new airport if you were going to continue working there. I'd be interested to know what the plans are for those people and whether any of them have actually started working at the new airport site. From what I've read, it seems that the new Siem Reap airport is going to be opened in phases. From what I can gather, the first phase is going to be basically a transition of the services that they have at the current airport to the new site. So there won't be any new services or anything like that. It'll just be the same flights in and out, but from a different location. In the second phase, they're going to expand the runway and they're going to take the larger planes. So I think this is the crux of this whole new airport situation that we have here. Currently, Siem Reap Airport is a category 4D, but the new one is going to be a 4E. Airports that are classified as 4E have longer runways and can take the planes that have the wide bodies, so the ones that generally fly longer haul flights. The planes that are currently flying into Siem Reap from places like Bangkok and Ho Chi Minh City and Hanoi tend to be the very small aircraft that have 3 seats on each side and just the aisle in the middle. So yes, the new airport will have capacity to take larger aircraft, but that doesn't mean they're going to start offering direct flights from Brisbane anytime soon. I think what we're looking at here is an increase in the size and capacity of the airport to accept more passengers from China. Even though that's the case, at least the infrastructure will be there to accept those flights if Cambodia ever does decide to initiate direct flights with Australia or the US or anywhere else for that matter. Whichever way you cut it, the new airport is a very long way from Siem Reap town centre. 60 kilometres is a long way to go in a tuk-tuk or a pass app, and I'm not even sure that those kinds of vehicles are going to be allowed on the new road that they've built. Will there be buses? Will there be shared taxis? I don't know, but all of those things add a level of complexity to your travel plans that doesn't exist at the moment. As it stands, it's no big deal for a hotel to offer an airport pickup when you book a few nights' stay. Offering that same service to the town centre is going to be a lot less feasible for hotels, particularly the smaller ones that are able to offer that service now. Another consideration in all of this is that there are plans albeit a long way down the track in the future, to build an expressway that links Phnom Penh and Siem Reap. An expressway joining those two cities would change the travel time from 6 hours as it is now to about 3. As soon as you're travelling with one other person, it becomes much more sensible to take a private car than to fly, especially if you have to factor in about an hour's travel on the road anyway to get yourself from the new airport into Siem Reap town centre. All of this is speculation and I have no idea how it's going to pan out, but it's interesting to think about how these things are going to change the landscape of tourism in Cambodia and in Siem Reap as well. The new airport is going to be surrounded by a special economic zone. What that means exactly, I'm not sure, in this case at least, but it could mean that there are going to be things like hotels and casinos built close to the new airport. So call me cynical, but I think that a lot of the Chinese tourists that come on these 300 flights a week are going to be staying in that special economic zone, enjoying the facilities there, and making the occasional trip out to see a temple or whatever it might be. So the bulk of their money is going to be spent in that small circle in and around the airport. If that is what ends up happening, then your average business in the middle of Siem Reap town centre, so hotels, guest houses, restaurants and bars, are going to see very little benefit from the massive increase in the number of flights landing at the new Siem Reap-Angkor International Airport. I really hope that this is offset by some new flights from some different markets that haven't been able to fly directly into Siem Reap before. For example, when I'm out at the temples, I see a lot of tourists from India. I guess they're interested in the temples because of their Hindu background, but it would be fantastic if those people were able to fly directly into Siem Reap. I know there have been talks about direct flights with India, but I'm not sure whether they're talking about the Phnom Penh airport or the new Siem Reap airport. Accessibility is one thing that's going to improve with the new airport. As it is at the old airport, you have to go across the tarmac and up the stairs into the aircraft, whereas with the new one there are going to be aero bridges. So people that have challenges with their mobility and wheelchair users, people like that, are going to find it much more easy to get on and off the aircraft there. So this is the road going north from Dam Dak up to the site of the new airport. You can see the new road there. It's a pretty impressive sight and one that you don't get any inkling of until you're almost right upon it. So we went up onto the new road to see how much of it we'd be able to have a look at. There were 2 checkpoints. The first guy let us through, and I think he only did that because he knew that the second checkpoint was coming and that guy wouldn't let us go any further. He was really lovely about it, but we turned around and came back after having a bit of a look at how nice the road is. You'll notice that it's only 1 lane each way, so I'm not sure what that means for how the traffic's going to flow when it's really busy. Anyway, it's an amazing road. I just think it's still quite a long way from completion based on what I can see anyway. We were out there in June, so not that long ago at all. So we're right in the middle of construction of the airport superhighway, and down that way is Dam Dak, which is on Highway 6. At the moment, that's the easiest way to get out here, but eventually this road will take you, and I'll show you on a map where it's actually going to go. But there's a big overpass here. There's a lot of this road that's still yet to be constructed. They've only done a small amount so far, but the scale of it's pretty amazing. As you can see, we only got a certain way there. So it remains to be seen how all of these things are going to pan out, but the numbers they're talking about for the new airport are absolutely staggering. If we get anywhere near those kinds of numbers, and if even a small percentage of those make it into the centre of Siem Reap and actually spend some money with local businesses, then it's got to be a positive thing. Thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate it, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.